Oh, sis. How could this happen? But I won't forget your sacrifice, Carrie. Not for as long as I live. Don't you worry. I'll take over Dad's place and make you proud.
She's just unconscious, man.
I know you and Dad will be watching over me from heaven.
Sorry, Cash, but I'm not dead yet.
Ow!
That's one of the reasons why I really like picking Carrie.
So you're okay? I should have known better than to worry about you.
You big fat cheater! I cannot believe you mixed sleeping powder in our food! You just threw the contest as far as I'm concerned. And look what happened! You nearly got yourself killed! You're lucky I found you in time!
Look, I'm sorry. I just really wanted to win. To finally make you respect me as an older brother. But you know what? I don't care anymore. You risked your life to save me. You deserve to become the sole heir.
Huh? Like, what are you saying?
I'm saying the fortune's yours. And let's make that the end of this stupid rivalry between us. Anyway, we're almost at the doors of judgment. Bodyguards, we're still counting on you.
You got it. Anyway, doors of judgment. This way. Alright. Is that a pot? No. Okay. Because you know, I gotta bust the pots.
All I have to do is open these doors, and the family crest will be marked on my hands. Owie! Ow! 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 What's up with this door? It's all hot. I'm so going to get burned.
Well, duh. The burn is the mark of the family heir. Why do you think they're called doors of judgment? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Wait. So I have to open both of these doors? I can barely get the one open. It's impossible to do alone. Whatever. Guess there's only one thing to do. If you feel sorry about that dirty trick you pulled, now's your chance to make up for it. Help me open the doors.
Aw.
If you do, I'll agree to split the fortune. That means we'll own the casino together. Deal?
They do love each other.
You won't hear me complaining, but don't come crying to me if you start regretting it later.
You, like, seriously, look how hot
On.
those
That
things
side's all
must
yours.
be. We're talking, like,
Let's do it.
3rd-degree burns, man.
What are you crying about? This is nothing compared to getting smacked upside the head by a monster.
I can hear it sizzling, man. That's terrible.
I'm not crying. I just want to get back home and put some ice on my hand. Ow.
Not until after we go in and have our audience with our ancestor.
And now remember, Cash and Carrie
Guards,
are adopted.
Come too. We're not done here yet.
And remember, Golding was one of the sages. So that means even though they are technically Golding's children, you know, he loved them very much. He adopted them. The sage's line is ended. So, just, you know, look at this. I love this voice actor.
Noble blood courses through your veins.
This reminds me of like 1940s, 50s kind of like radio drama voice. That's what that is.
As a trusted descendant, you have an obligation to protect this noble heritage. You may never permit this bloodline to end. For whilst it endures, the world shall remain at peace.
That was our ancestor?
Sure looks that way. That crystal seems to be enchanted with some sort of power that shows an image to us.
Does that crystal get cable?
He said not to let the bloodline die out, but isn't that impossible? We were adopted after all. The family bloodline ended when Father was killed.
Well, we can't do anything about that now. All we can do is work together to make the casino even more successful. Anyway, we've heard what he had to say. Let's go home. And don't forget, travelers, you're still on the payroll as bodyguards until we get back.
Roger. That wasn't such a chore, now was it? I think it's actually the first time I've had somebody die in a boss battle. Pretty much every other death I've had in this so
What
far
happened? What are you two doing together?
has been from me being negligent in random encounters.
Does this mean you still don't know who won?
Come on, it's obvious. It must have been a draw.
Does this mean the casino's gonna stay closed? Give me a break.
Listen up, all of you. As you can see, the contest was a draw. However, an heir has been decided.
Both of us are inheriting our father's fortune. Together.
And as proof, we have both obtained the mark of the Golden Clan from the Dragon Graveyard.
They look just like the scars Golding had on his hands. Yeah, he used to show 'em off all the time down the pub, he did.
We also have some good news for everyone. The casino will reopen tomorrow!
Tomorrow! Yay!
Yes! Yes! Yeah! Ooh, yeah!
I don't know why that was in parentheses, but okay.
About bleeding time!
And finally, we need to thank you for protecting us, my traveling friends. But we're exhausted at the moment. We'd like you to stay in the mansion tonight as our guests, so we can properly reward you tomorrow.
Cool. Hopefully there's no sleeping powder in the banquet this time. Yep. I could certainly do that. Anyway, we've already gotten all that. This is Golding's room, I think. Well, I think they're downstairs in that middle room where we saw them before. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Cool. Oh, 600 casino tokens. Wow, thank you. every token you buy translates into happiness for us. Ah. So anyway, now is the point in the game where the casino opens, and let me show you.
Well, there they go. I guess this is goodbye.
You know, before we met them, I never imagined things would turn out like this. I mean, both of us inheriting Dad's fortune? Who would have believed that? Looking back, I can't believe how stubborn we were acting about being sole heirs. It's amazing how easily people can change when they put their minds to it.
Watch it there, big brother. This talk of becoming sole heir, it's...
Don't worry, I'm not suggesting anything. We're in this together, I swear. On the mark on my palm.
Haha.
I swear it too, Cash. On the mark of our family.
One of them's gonna kill the other in their sleep.
And on the memory of our father. Now that we're working together, we can make the Golding family more successful than it's ever been. Let the good times roll!
Okay, you know what? I think I might have missed an optional cutscene. I hope I didn't. After... I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just one of the Medea cutscenes where she speaks to the hero in his dreams, and then you can go back and basically hear the same exact thing at the... Let me stay at the end here, and we'll see if... Ah, the end is back. It's this one. This is the end. So basically, she just talks and tells you your feelings, her feelings about Jessica coming back. Yep. Oh good, I didn't miss it.
Welcome to Dreamland, Sleepyhead. I'm so grateful for these chances to talk to you. And I'm so happy Jessica's back with us. Even if Father and I are still cursed.
Yep, but you make a handsome horse.
Sometimes I wonder if we'll have to spend the rest of our lives like this. I'm sorry. It's just that I get so sad every time I think of Trodaine covered in thorns.
Oh, don't have a long face.
You know what's strange, though? That you weren't affected by the curse.
Yeah, that is strange. I seem to be immune to curses.
But I shouldn't be surprised. I always knew there was something special about you. Don't forget to take me to the spring every now and then. I miss talking to you.
Alright. So anyway, let's take a moment and go into the casino so I can show you what's going on in there. At some point, I'm going to want to play a lot of casino games. I don't know about doing that like right this particular moment. But I can at least show you the amazing prizes. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the tokens here are good at the casino in Pick'em as well. I guess they're like a branch office or something. I don't know. So, and the games you can play here are bingo, just like Pick'em. You can play slots. There are better slot machines here. And then there is roulette. And roulette is basically the way to go. if you want to make big money here. And yes, you can make big money. Let's see, I forget. This is the prize counter, I think. So you could buy prayer rings here. So you can buy prayer rings. They're 1,000 tokens apiece. And they sell for 1,500 gold. You buy the Spangled Dress, which I already have one. You buy Saint's Ashes. If you're going swords, you really, really, really want Falcon Blades for whoever you have using swords. Falcon Blades are is basically the second best sword in the game for pure damage. You get an ability called Falcon Slash, and it causes you to swing your sword twice. Well, if you've got the Falcon Blade on, you swing it 4 times. And that just translates into more damage per, move that you use. I got the liquid metal armor, which is really good. That is a lie, by the way. That reduces the damage from spells by 1/3. It's the same thing as the armor that Jessica's currently got on. It has the same effect. And the Gingham Whip, which is the ultimate whip in the game. So basically, I'm going to want a set of liquid metal armor. At some point, I'm going to want a set of liquid metal armor. I'm going to want 2 sets of liquid metal armor, excuse me. And I'm going to want the Gingham Whip. So that's 300,000 tokens right there I got to have. Plus, not to mention any prayer rings I want to buy, Saint's Ashes, things like that. If you are trying to make money at the casino, basically prayer rings are the way to go. You just buy as many as you can. Throw them in your bag. And as for... one token costs 20 gold coins, so if you want 1,000 tokens, that's 20,000 gold, I think. So 100 tokens is 2,000. Yeah, so 1,000 would be 20,000. 10,000 would be 200,000 gold. So anyway. No. So the way you want to do this, just to give you a quick little heads up, is you could basically sell everything you have and just play slots overnight. That's a good way to get some tokens up. But if you want to do more active, that's a good passive way to do it. You just do something to hold down the X button, and they'll sit there and play slots until the cows come home, because the odds are slightly slightly in your favor in the casino, from what I can tell. So at some point I'm going to want to do that, but not right now. Before I go, though, let's go and visit Medea. Let's hear what she has to say. She doesn't get to speak very often, you know. Yes. If you say no, he says, "Oh, you've made Medea sad," and you're like, "Aw, I didn't mean to make you sad."
I have some good news.
Okay.
I've just turned 18. How about that?
Oh.
I had grass instead of birthday cake, though. I remember the first time you came to the castle. We were just 8 years old. It's hard to believe we've known each other for 10 years now. You were an orphan, so you lived in the castle, and in what seemed like no time, you worked your way up to palace guard.
Yep.
Actually, I have a secret. I recommended you for the position to my father. It was a way to bring you closer to me, so we could spend more time together. And anyway, you deserved it. So, my brave palace guardsman, I'm counting on you to make sure I spend my next birthday as a human. I know you can do it.
Well, that's the plan. Alright. That was a sweet scene. I didn't mean to go to Fairbury. I always do that. Where do I want to go? I want to go to Arcadia. Or the Monster Arena. I think I'll go to the Monster Arena. That way I can try a couple more times at the rank S. I'll probably try it one more time and then go to bed. But I'll do that off screen. I'll have it recording, but that way I could put it at the end or something here. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time on Dragon Quest VIII. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have taken the time and gotten all the tokens I'm going to ever need, probably, from the Baccarat Casino. Let me go over basically what I did here. It took me a total of about 3 hours to get at least 300,000 tokens. Might take you more or less time depending on your luck, because obviously it is a luck-based activity. But 3 hours is about how long it took me in my test run the last time. So, and then once I figured it out, the last 2 times I've played this game before my test run for the LP. So, you're looking at 3 to 5 hours worth of work here, depending on good to bad luck. So, this is how I start. You go in and you start with 600 tokens if you do the Dragon Graveyard side quest. I bought 400 more, so I had 1,000 tokens. That's not necessarily required, but you know, it's how I like to do it. All the FAQs and the NPCs here in the casino will tell you that roulette is the way to go. I don't agree with that. Roulette is, however, the way to go when you're building up your nest egg of tokens, like to really get the stuff rolling in. So you have a 600 to 1,000 tokens in your pocket. What do? Well, you bet here on one of these. If you don't feel like spending the 8,000 gold to buy an extra 400 tokens, basically what you do is you just pick a third. And this could be confirmation bias, but I feel like this square right here gets a disproportionate amount of roulette balls landed on it. So, and I'm not going to play it all here. I don't want to lose any of my tokens. Plus, it takes too long to watch the little ball spin around. So, you want to do this. And the reason I buy, right now, as it stands, I have a 1 in 3 chance of winning 1,500 tokens. So that's a net gain of 1,000 tokens. If you want to like raise your chances to 2 out of 3 to 66%, you can drop tokens on another square. So you spend 1,000 tokens for a chance to gain 1,500. More than 50% chance, 66%. Alright, and I basically do that till I have about 2,500 tokens. Then I come over here, and then I do this. Put down 5 stacks. Just like that. And then you have it, you roll. And you can win up to like 5,300 tokens in a spin when this happens. It's pretty good money. You have a fairly high chance of at least winning something. And I do that till I have about 7,500 to 10,000 tokens. Then I ditch roulette. All right, I ditch it, and I'll explain why. All right, I want you to time this. This is what the FAQs and a lot of people on like the forums and stuff recommend you do to win tokens at roulette. You need about 18,000 tokens to do this. So it's not that much of a stretch to go from what I was doing and where I said to stop at 10,000 tokens to get up enough to do this. It's not that big a deal. But this is what like they say has the highest chance to win. And I agree, it does have a very high chance of winning. The problem with doing this is that just took like 40 seconds to do, right? So you need 16,000 tokens because they also recommend you do the 0. Oh, no. So that took like almost a full minute to do, to put that down, right? And then you have to watch it spin. And if you lose, you got to do it again. You've got to do it again. And hope you win. And then if you lose again, then you've got to reset and go back. I think a much better use of your time is to go to this 100 coin slot machine. It's got a couple things going on it. Like, in the long term, it doesn't matter what you do. Both of these games are weighted in your favor. So you're going to end up with the tokens you need. Alright? Over a long enough period of time. However, all you got to do to get the slot machine going is just hit up 5 times. And you just sit there and just do this. And just keep the controller in your hand and watch a TV show or something for a couple hours. Just glance over every once in a while. Make sure you haven't run out of tokens. I've never run out of tokens. Never. Doing this. Not once. It's pretty self-sufficient. That's why I get up to about 7,500 tokens. If I've had that level of tokens, I've never run out. Not once. And like I said, I've done this. I've gotten all of the tokens in back red I needed at 4 different games, playthroughs doing this. Sometimes it took more, sometimes it took longer, sometimes it took less. But the moon payout is pretty common. So that basically helps you stay even. And then eventually you'll get one of the big payouts. In the 2 hours it took me to get the 300,000 tokens I needed, I got 2 double 7s, a king slime, and a stop sign. And the rest of it was just from getting, I got a lot of double moon payouts, like you had 2 lines of moons, that gets you 8,000 tokens. Excuse me, gets you 4,000 tokens, you know, and so let's talk about the prizes here. Long story short, the reason I like the slot machine is I can do other things while I'm earning the tokens. I don't have to sit here and micromanage everything, and it's just easier. Personal preference. If you want to go with the roulette, you feel the roulette is better, go with the roulette. I feel the slot machines are better. So these are the prizes. Prayer rings are really good to have in your inventory because you can use them to restore your MP in long dungeons. It's really helpful if you're the first time you're playing through the game. Otherwise, they're really helpful because they sell for quite a bit of money. Prayer rings are probably the best thing to buy to sell for cash. There is an item in... Remember, this and the Pick'em Casino both use the same tokens. So, if you want to go there and buy stuff, you can as well. They sell magic water, which has the same token to gold ratio as prayer rings. I think prayer rings are a better use of the tokens because when you sell them in bulk, you end up getting money faster. But that's just not here nor there. So like a stack of 9 prayer rings is 14,500 gold. So that's pretty good. So you basically have infinite money here at the casino. Spangle dresses, not very good. They're useful in basically 2 recipes. They can be used to make the very good princess's robe for Jessica, and the Shamshir of Light for Angelo, which is his most powerful sword. And raw attack power. Saint's Ashes, we know what that's used for. It's used to uncurse items. It's really helpful to get the casino unlocked before you go to Godbird's Eyrie. I'll just go ahead and tell you that. We go to a place called Godbird's Eyrie in the future. It's really useful to get this casino unlocked before then, because after you go to Godbird's Eyrie, you get access to a lot of treasures that are cursed, and having easy access to Saint Ashes is useful because those are some of the best items in the game. The Falcon Blade is one of the better swords in the game. It is the best sword in the game, in my opinion, if you are at very high levels. When I say high levels, I mean like your 60s. The reason it's like that is because it attacks twice. And if you've gone swords, you'll have access to a move called Falcon Slash. You put Falcon Slash plus the Falcon Blade into battle, you attack 4 times at a quarter strength. That's really, really, really good with tension. Really good with tension. And you end up doing way more damage than just a single Falcon Slash, like a single 2-hit Falcon Slash with, like, say, the Shamshir of Light. Since that's a sword I mentioned already. It's the same argument I made in Breath of Fire 4 for, like, okay, yeah, use the 2-hit swords even though it has less attack power. There is an Uber Falcon Blade, but you have to use a Meteorite Bracer, and that makes it so prohibitive to make that I feel that knocks it down in usefulness. You have to give up a Meteorite Bracer? Come on. So, even though it's technically more powerful than the Falcon Blade is definitely better in my book. Liquid Metal Armor. Liquid Metal Armor has really high defense and reduces damage from spells by 1/3. Forget what that says about curses. There are no damaging curses in the game. Curses make you skip your turn. And once again, that 2/3 is wrong. It should be... Basically, the way that should read is metallic armor that reduces damage from curses to 2/3, or by 1/3. The liquid metal armor can be used to make the Metal King armor as soon as we get done with... well, as soon as we get some more calcum, basically. And you have to use your slime crown as well. The Green Whip is the most powerful whip in the game. That's really pretty much all there is to it. It is amazing for Twin Dragon Lash, and that is why I bought it. So, if you're playing the 3DS version and watching this for some reason, I feel like that the Green Whip becomes a lot less good with the nerfs to Twin Dragon Lash, and you're probably better off with Jessica going Staves and Sex Appeal for the utility that those two skill sets would provide. So, you know. So, anyway, that's pretty much everything there is to do here with this casino. You can go back to the Pick'em Casino and buy a rune staff if you want it. I'm not going to buy one right now. We're actually going to find a free one here later, so I don't need to buy one now. If you feel like you need a second one, then go ahead and get one now. And if you want to buy agility rings for some reason, I'm trying to think what else. There's really nothing else there that we need at this point. Magic water, if you need magic water. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time when we're going to go to Blizzard Peaks. Goodbye.